Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprahishu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavatasya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. So continuing with the discussion on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, Chapter 18, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's visit to Sri Vrindavan. Text 4 onwards. So yesterday we discussed how he arrived at Aritagram or Arishtagram, which is now known as Radhakund. Arite Radha Kunda Varta Puche Lokasthane Keha Nahi Kahe Sangher Brahman Na Jane. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked the local people, where is Radhakund? No one could inform him, and the Brahman accompanying him did not know either. Tirtha Lukta Jani Prabhu Sarvagya Bhagavan Dui Dhanya Kshetre Alpa Jale Kaila Snana. The Lord then understood that the holy place called Radhakund was no longer visible. However, being the omniscient Supreme Personality of Godhead, he discovered Radhakund and Shamkund in two paddy fields. There was only a little water, but he took his bath there. Dekhi sab grame loke vismay haila man preme prabhu kare radha kunderas tavam. When the people of the village saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taking his bath in those two ponds in the middle of the paddy fields, they were very much astonished. The Lord then offered his prayers to Sri Radhakund. Sab gopi haite Radha Krishna prayasi, taiche Radha kund priya priyara sarasi. Of all the gopis, Radharani is the dearmost. Similarly, the lake known as Radha Kund is very dear to the Lord because it is very dear to Srimati Radharani. Yatha Radha priya Vishnos tasya kundam priyam tatha sarva gopishu shaveka Vishnur atyanta vallabha. Just as Srimati Radharani is most dear to Lord Krishna, so her lake, known as Radha Kund, is also very dear to him. Of all the gopis, Srimati Radharani is certainly the most beloved. This verse is from Padmapura. Yei kunda nitya Krishna radhikara sange, jale jal keli kare tire rasa range. In that lake, Lord Krishna and Srimati Radharani used to sport daily in the water and have a ras dance on the bank. Sahi kunde yei ek bar kare snan, tare radha sama prema Krishna kare dhan. Indeed, Lord Krishna gives ecstatic love like that of Srimati Radharani to whoever bathes in that lake even once in his lifetime. gives ecstatic love like that of Srimati Radharani to whoever bathes in that lake even once in his life. They're so merciful, so powerful that lake is. Kundera Madhuriyena Radhara Madhurima Kundera Mahima Yena Radhara Mahima. The attraction of Radhakund is as sweet as that of Srimati Radharani. Similarly, the glories of the Kunda lake are as great as Srimati Radharani's. Shri Radhev Haresh Tadiya Sarasi Preshtad Bhute Srer Guner Yasyam Shri Yukta Madhvendur Anisham Pritaya Taya Kridati Premasmin Bat Radhikev Labhate Yasyam Sakrit Snanakrit Tasya Vaye Mahima Tatha Madhurimam Kenastu Varnaya Akshito. Because of its wonderful transcendental qualities, Radhakund is as dear to Krishna as Srimati Radharani. It was in that lake that the all-opulent Lord Shri Krishna performed his pastimes with Srimati Radharani with great pleasure and transcendental bliss. Whoever bathes just once in Radhakund attains Srimati Radharani's loving attraction for Shri Krishna. Who within this world can describe the glories and sweetness of Sri Radha Kund? So this verse is found in Govind Lila. Ei mata stuti kare prema vishtahaya, tire nritya kare kunda lila sanariya. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thus offered prayers to Radha. Overwhelmed by ecstatic love, he danced on the bank, remembering the pastimes Lord Krishna performed on the bank of Radha. Kundera Mritika Laya Tilaka Karila, Bhattacharya Dwara Mritika Sange Karila. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then marked his body with tilak made from the mud of Radhakund. And with the help of Balbhadra Bhattacharya, he collected some of the mud and took it with him. Nowadays we get plenty of mud because the kunda has been increased in size by Raghunath Das Goswami. So that is blackish in color, that mud. So many times nowadays, now some controversies are there. Like I stayed at Radhakund, Radharani's Mercy. I stayed in that village for last three of my trips. So once I was meeting somebody, talking to him, discussing, and I was wearing my regular tilak with Gopi Chandan, whatever Prabhupada recommended. Although I do mix some Radhakund mud in there, but not totally. And that devotee was wearing complete Radhakund mud tilak, although from his ISKCON. So he was telling me the glories of Radhakund mud tilak. I said, yeah, we all know that, and there's no doubt. But then he said that now he's attending some other classes of some other Babaji over there. And he said that Babaji said, if you don't put on tilak from mud of Radhakund, then Radharani gets very angry. Hey, what is this you're wearing? I said, I don't know about Radharani getting angry, but this is what Srila Prabhupada told us. If there was any doubt or any other issue, concern, he would have told us just put on tilak of Radhakund mud. Why did he tell us to put on tilak of Gopi? Gopi tilak. No. Radharani will get angry and she will not give you shelter at her lotus feet. I said, where does it say so? I mean, if there was anything like that, Prabhupada would have told us. Prabhupada would have said, he himself put on Gopi Chandan Tilak, and this is what he told us. So where is the issue? If there is any concern up there, Srila Prabhupada will deal with Krishna and Srimati Radharani. Why I have to worry about it? And also, although Prabhupada himself is writing, and it is in the scriptures, one should bathe once in Radhakund waters. But this is also what Prabhupada wrote in Nectar of Instruction. But what happened afterwards, his disciples, they would go to Radhakund from Vrindavan and see American and other European disciples, somehow they are very good in swimming. In India, not too many people learn how to swim. So they were good at swimming, and so Rajbasis from Radhakund, the kids are always jumping in the waters and they are swimming. They have every single right to do so. But these devotees, they were swimming and they were having swimming competition in Radhakund. And when the news reached Prabhupada got very angry. It's like how Radhakund is non-different from Srimati Radharani. The waters of Radhakund is non-different from Radharani and the prema of Radharani for Krishna. How can we put our feet in those waters. In that kund, how can we let our feet touch the water of Radha Kund? So then he forbade everybody to jump in Radha Kund. So yes, the instructions are clear about bathing in Radha Kund, but at the same time, we got to be very, very, very careful. When we go there, we have to approach it with utmost seriousness and devotion and surrender. Understanding this water, this kund is not different from Radharani, and the water is not different from her love for Krishna. So how respectful we should be when we are at Radha. For the kund, for the water, for the Brajvasis also. Brajvasis have every right to jump. The kids or even the elder Brajvasis, they can do anything. Not us. We are not. So got to be very careful. I was there 2 years ago, and the day was Bahulashtami, the appearance of Radha. And it so happened, if you know, I told you that I got accident in Barsana. The whole e-rickshaw got, my foot got stuck inside the e-rickshaw, and e-rickshaw toppled over. And luckily, no fracture, but the foot was swollen. That was a day before Bahulashtami. So I could not travel further. So I had to stay at Radhakund. And next night it was Bahulashtami. So again, I said, forget it. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay here. And I was at the appearance of Radhakund is at midnight. So I was there on Bahulashtami at midnight well, I didn't get a seat at Radhakund. I went to sit at Sham. All the steps packed with devotees. So anyway, midnight came, and I did not step inside the kund, although all devotees were. I just took water and just put on myself. I had a small container and just put it on myself. I tried not to put my feet in Sham. And then I did parikrama, came to Radhakund. Again, I did the same thing. So I'm not saying I'm very pure and I'm following everything, but the point is our approach should be full of respect for both Radhakund and Shyam. Although some other devotees told me, well, so many acharyas are taking bath, what's your problem? I said, I'm just trying to follow Srila Prabhupada as much as I can, that's all. Nothing against anybody, I'm just trying. And taking ashwan, sprinkling some water on the head is as good as taking bath. But I did put on lots of water on myself. And another thing to understand, now Radha Kund is not different from Radharani, and the water of Radha Kund is love of Radharani for Krishna. And now Shyam Kund, not different from Krishna, and the water of Shyam Kund is love of Krishna for Radharani. So Radharani every day with her Sakhis, she takes bath at Shyam Kund. And Krishna, he takes bath at Radha Kund. So just to understand the subtle difference. So if we notice, whenever we go, all the acharyas' samadhis are at Shyam Kund. All the Acharya, Vishwanath Chakravarti, Thakur Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, Gopal Bhatt Goswami, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's Bhajan Kutir is also there, where he sat down and wrote Chaitanya Charitamrita for us. Then Jiva Goswami, Madhvendra Puri, who else? Vallabhacharya, Mahaprabhu also went there. His Baithak is there. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Baithak is there. So they are all at the banks of Shyamkund. Why? Only Raghunath Das Goswami's Bhajan Kutir is at the bank of Radha. Because all these acharyas, I don't know about Vallabhacharya, although we know Vallabhacharya, who was he? He is actually this Shukdev Goswami. So he is also a devotee of Radharani. Shukdev Goswami, I mean the Shuka of Radharani, Paradam. Why all these acharyas Samadhi at Shyamkund? Because they all want service of lotus feet of Radharani. They all want to serve Krishna through Radharani. So this is their mood. So next time we go, yes, Radhakund is very, very dear, non-different from Radharani, but we do our bhajan at Shyamkund, banks of Shyamkund. So we get to get service of Srimati Radharani, service of lotus feet of Radharani, love for Radharani. And then definitely we get love for Krishna. So the approach is different. So, but anyway, you can go to any of the kundas, but we have to be very, very respectful over there. Tabe chali aila Prabhu suman sarovar taha govardhan dekhi aila vival. From Radhakund, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Sumanas Lake. Actually, that is Suman Sarovar. When he saw Govardhan Hill from there, he was overwhelmed with joy. So this Suman Sarovar, where Radharani and gopis used to collect flowers for Krishna. And Krishna had many pastimes. See, here it is said, when he saw Govardhan Hill from there. Now when we go to that place, we don't see Govardhan Giraj. So that means 500 years ago, Girraji was still visible. Now he has, every day he is sinking down into the earth and becoming smaller and shorter. Because of, well, there is one curse of that Rishi. But some acharyas also say that curse of any Rishi cannot take effect on Govardhan. Girraji is becoming smaller and smaller because of his separation from Krishna. So now we don't see Govardhan Hill at Suman Sarovar. Govardhan dekhi Prabhu haila dandavata ekashila alingiya haila onamata. When the Lord saw Govardhan Hill, he immediately offered obeisances, falling down on the ground like a rod. He embraced one piece of rock from Govardhan Hill and became mad. So Govardhan Shila, every Govardhan Shila is non-different from Govardhan, and Girraji is non-different from Krishna. So when we do Govardhan Parikrama, again, that's why we don't step on Girraji, because it's non-different from Krishna. So again, one has to be very respectful when we are doing Parikrama of Girraji. It's non-different from Krishna. And there's so many places of pastimes of Radha and Krishna, all over Govardhan and all around Govardhan. Preme matta chali aila Govardhan gram, Hari Dev dekhi taha aila pranam. Mad with ecstatic love, the Lord came to the village known as Govardhan. There he saw the deity named Haridev and offered his obeisances. So yes, Haridev deity is there at where Mansi Ganga, near Mansi Ganga. Very beautiful deity of Haridev. Mathura Padmer Pashim Dale Yar Vas Haridev Narayana Di Prakash. Haridev is an incarnation of Narayan and his residence is on the western petal of the lotus of Mathura. Western petal. Although Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is giving a hint here, he didn't go in detail. This detail is mentioned in Brahm Samhita. See, this whole Braj Mandal is like a lotus flower. And it all mention this petal resembles this petal this petal is that. So all the ones, 12 ones, they're on 12 different petals. And when Krishna has to go from one place to another, the petals close. So he goes and then the petals open up again. That's why Krishna, his sakhas, sakhis, they can travel from one place to another for the pastime. So sometimes they are at Govardhan and sometimes they would be at Bhandirvan, some other one, they can go. Because the Braj Mandal is conscious. It is there to serve Krishna in his pastimes. And also, if he is avoiding some other people, like after Radharani gets married, then her mother-in-law is Jatila and her sister-in-law is Kutila. So if now Vrinda Devi, she is the one who arranges the pastimes. So she thinks they should not be disturbing, so the petals open. So they are far away from. But sometimes they also on the same petal. But that's also to help the pastimes in different mood. But these petals are nicely, very in detail explained in Brahm Samhita. Haridev age nache preme mat haya, sab loka dekhite aila asharya shuniya. Mad with ecstatic love, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to dance before the Haridev deity. Hearing of the Lord's wonderful activities, all the people came to see him. Prabhu prema saundarya dekhi loke chamatkara, Hari dever bhritya prabhu karila satkara. The people were astonished when they saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's ecstatic love and personal beauty. The priests who served the Haridev deity offered the Lord a good reception. Bhattacharya Brahma Kunde Pakayaya Kaila Brahma Kunde Snana Kari Prabhu Bhiksha Kaila. At Brahma Kund, the Bhattacharya cooked food, and the Lord, after taking his bath at Brahma Kund, accepted his lunch. So this Brahma Kund is right next to Mansi Ganga. Sai Ratri Rahila Hari Devera Mandire, Ratre Mahaprabhu Kare Bhanete Vichare. That night the Lord stayed at the temple of Haridev, and during the night he began to reflect. Govardhan upare ami kabu na chadiba, Gopal Rayar darshan ke mane paiba. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought, since I shall not at any time climb Govardhan hill, how shall I be able to see Gopal Rai? So this story we'll study tomorrow. So Gopal Rai is the same Gopal deity that Madhvendra Puri found and he established on top of Govardhan, which is now Shinaji at Nathdwar. So he was established on top of Govardhan Hill at the village called Anyor. So we'll study tomorrow how he takes darshan of Gopal Rai. So we'll stop here. See anybody has any questions or comments?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Very interesting class.
Thank you, Mata. Chalo, you all have a safe
Hare
day.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jai Shri
Today
Ram.